I just wanted to show some just like raw footage of me training, I guess. It's not like set up super well, like I'm just holding the camera, but it was a good little clip. So I'm just leading him here and working on some stuff. So I'm waiting for him to stand and wait before I ask him to lead off, which was a problem that he had. He wants to go forward, like in a lot of other behaviors, and I definitely didn't help that because what I had been doing before was like we'd go forward, I click him for going forward, and then we'd stop and then go forward again. So no wonder he wanted to go forward. So
Good.
now I'm feeding him back a
Cool.
lot and clicking for him being in position next to me, clicking him for standing a lot more often. So we really balanced that out and pretty quickly too for how long he was doing the wrong behavior and going forward so much. But I'm just clicking him here for standing still, doing a lot of standing still. I like his ears. He's a lot more
Good
relaxed.
boy.
He's not
Welcome.
pinning his ears. Ask him to go forward. I'm giving him my go forward cue and he wants to stay. So that's a
Good.
good sign too. He's not, I'm okay with that because I really would want the opposite of him not going forward as much. Other horses that might not be true, but for him it is. So I'm gonna click and feed him for coming forward, and then I'm just clicking and feeding him for standing still. And then I do count for some
1, 2.
duration here while he's standing and waiting, and then I'll feed him.
Good boy.
So I just
1,
really need
2.
to
Welcome.
reward him standing still, and then
Good.
I even could wait a little bit longer from after the last time I feed him before I ask him to lead again. I've been working on that too. And I like that. He stopped there and I can walk
Okay.
past him and he doesn't feel like he
1,
has to
2.
rush and get really close to me, which is another thing that he wanted to do. So
1,
again,
2.
he's getting a lot more reinforcement for standing still than he is leading. And what I've also
1,
changed
2, 3.
is now when he's leading rail, I'll go ahead and stop and then feed him.
1, 2,
So
3.
that kind of helps out that problem even more too, because I'm rewarding through the standstill
1,
versus
2,
right
3,
after he's
4.
going forward. So I'm just gonna continue feeding
Good
him for standing
boy.
still here. He's being
Come on.
fantastic. Again, I could
Good
have waited a little
boy.
bit longer before I asked him to walk on, but he's being really good. I like his body positioning. You can see he's really close to my shoulder here. This looks great. He's stopping
1,
when I want
2,
him to
3,
stop, or
4.
with me, like with my body. I love his ears. He's not pinning his ears. He's not
Good boy.
chasing
1,
me. Like, it's
2,
just really,
3,
really
4.
good.
Welcome.
I'm gonna ask here,
Castor. Come on.
and then there we
Good.
go.
Let's go put your
So I
saddle
know
on.
that he's has some latency there and he's not responding right away. I get that. That's fine because I want him to kind of
Okay.
think before he
And stop.
goes. So for him, this is
It's
what I
okay.
want. Not necessarily all horses, but for him specifically, I do want that. Not all the time, but
1, 2, 3,
I'm
4.
okay with that happening occasionally. I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily want him to ignore
1,
my target
2,
and
3,
my
4.
cue
Welcome.
to go
Good
forward. So like here,
boy.
he's fine again, but I'm okay with that
It's
happening
okay.
occasionally. Now we're just gonna go work with the saddle, but I liked that little
Good.
clip of
Okay.
me just kind of working with him. I'm gonna let him. I was gonna put him in stay here, but he
Okay.
wanted to
Ooh.
touch the saddle, so I'm okay with that. I'm gonna put him in stay
Oh
and get my
shoot.
camera
Hold on.
set up,
I don't have a
but
thing to
I'm
put
gonna
this on.
show how I
No.
reward the stay too, because that's a big thing for him. He'd want to wiggle around at this point while I went to get my camera set up. So now he's staying, he's standing still, and he's waiting for my next cue.